Hi there. I'm making a video series on Shotrush's Civilization experiment. Well, the Specialization experiment. I'm going to be recording and, well, hopefully archiving what happens in these experiments. I don't really know what is going to happen. I mean, I'm afraid to say that I'm a bit of a new gen. I saw Joyful's video on Trial 1, um, Trial 1's outcome, and I thought, well, I'd watched Joyful's videos for a bit, at least, the whole concept of better civilization videos, and, I just thought, it was a really cool idea. Um, and when I saw the opportunity, like many others, I assume, that there was going to be a civilization experiment, um, very in experimental circumstances, I thought, why not? I don't have very much to do. And, if I can help out something that I find interesting, then, I may as well throw my hat in the ring. Um, seem to have exploded a bit much. Um, but that's all right. I suppose more numbers the better. It is a civilization experiment after all. The more numbers, the more accurate your results be. Really, all I want to do is I want to showcase the vibe, my experience, what might happen along the way, what civilizations I become a part of. Maybe it will be absolute dog shit. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe I'll just die for 9 hours straight. Um, depending on how long I go about this. Maybe I won't even get that far. But uh, I just think it'd be a very cool idea to just show how it is. I'm particularly inspired by news people um, who set out to and things like the wiki set out to document what happens, um, what happened, and I think providing a first eye view um, will be quite interesting. Both mayhaps to the server creators to get a more accurate vibe check of how the server is, um, which may help. But also just as potentially a memoriam, maybe just a way of demonstrating, well, a way of showing what happened. Um, it's uh, it's it's nearly 8:15. So the experiment will be taking place about 3 hours from now. And really, I just want to make this video as both one way to, you know, get into the idea of videoing myself. I don't really have much experience in that, if you can tell by, everything. Also, I haven't turned the audio on. Okay, I was audio checking earlier. Hmm. And it's just a way of putting down my thoughts, a way of hyping myself up, preparing myself mentally for what's gonna happen. And more just, my expectations, my hopes, and I can pair that to what actually happens. So the plan is to every session, hopefully I'll be able to attend all of them. Um, every session, I put OBS on and I record whatever happens to me. Whatever interactions with other people, etc., etc. Um, and in that vein, both I can, snapshot some memories if any are made, and also y'all get to see, how things were from a certain perspective, and I think that'll be really interesting. Of course, as server rules, I will not be, posting anything like this until Trial 2 rather is finished. Um, But yeah, I just think this will be quite interesting to video. Um, you know, see how things turn out, and you get intriguing perspective on how it feels in person to be part of some of these experiments. Of course, this is a very different circumstance. This isn't joyful where it's just LARPing. It's more scientific, if you will. But yeah, I hope I hope that something interesting happens. I don't want to be spending 9 hours or more to just be dying constantly, even though there will be a lot of that. But hopefully we can get something started off of the ground, and hopefully this video series will be the details of a thriving empire or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I'm quite excited. I may as well tell you a little bit about myself. I am Vortex67, and that's my Minecraft username. My Discord account name is Warseeker9994. If anyone knows what those 4 numbers mean, let me know, because it'd be nice to find some bit more fans. But anyway, I like I said before, I'm a bit of a new gen. I did not participate in Trial 1, sadly. I probably would have if I knew of the thing's existence, but I suppose that's what Joyful is, That's why I'm thankful to Joyful. Basically advertise the thing, and that's why I'm here. I don't really have the experience of what happened in Trial 1, so I can't really say. I did manage to have a go at the testing server. The server was open for a little bit to test if it still worked with the amount of people that were coming in. And it was a bit rocky, but it did work. Long live Gulagia. But yeah, so I really don't, aside from that, I really don't have anything to set my expectations aside from that testing period. But I hope something fruitful comes out of this. And I'm very excited. The first the taste that I got of it from the trial experiment, not the trial experiment, the testing round, gave me a lot of excitement, really, because it was really interesting to have to cooperate with everyone. It was very different from the usual Minecraft experience. Yeah, again, this is just pre-trial expectations, thoughts, and maybe I will be traumatized by the end of it, or maybe I will, this is the documents of who would be. This will be the Napoleon's diary. This is his thoughts before taking over. I'm so evil. I'm gonna take over the server and create a massive empire. But we never know what happens, and if anything cool does happen, then this will be the video. I'm actually quite interested to see if anyone else is doing something similar to this. If there's more people with the same mindset as me, where it's like, why not record everything and provide that extra perspective. Hopefully there will. I think more perspective is probably really useful, and because the whole point of the server is to be an experiment. This is not, of course, like, there's no problem in having fun in the server. Like, why would you be in a server if it's not fun? If it's just a drag, then like, I think that's an experiment. That's a result from the experiment in itself, that the very pursuit of the way you're going about it is shit for players. So what would be the point? And that's not what Joyful wanted. Joyful wanted civilization experiments with substance, not civilization experiments that would make you want to pull your fucking eyes out. But I'm gonna turn down the music. Minecraft music can be way too loud at times. Hopefully that's better. But yeah, but that's the point of the experiment, to you know, see if this kind of thing works and if it works effectively. And I think providing a first-person perspective of the actual interactions between people will be really good. I think, you know, obviously, you know, you don't want to make it mandatory because that would just, you know, that's out of scope, if you would say. But yeah, I just feel like providing this sort of service, providing a first-person look at things, will both provide the server and, you know, in memoriam, a time capsule for, you know, those who participated. And, you know, I'm very excited to be participating. So yeah, just to clarify, if I haven't specified already, these will be a collection of videos or a full-lengthened video, depending on how much I have to cut, of me just trying not to fucking die. And these will document my experiences and the general vibe of the Shotrush. Shotrush? Yeah, Shotrush. Sorry, man, I forgot your name. Of the Shotrush specialization experiment. So, hopefully it's fun. It's in 3-ish hours, and well, I will see you then. Ta-ta.